and I know you constantly have to tell your story. Tell us again what happened.
Well, from the start of it, my buddy was riding around one night. We ended up, my sister's dad had offered me some money to go testify against my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Want me to lie on her in court. So instead of me going to court, I was going to go there to get the money. And when I went into the house, I had actually changed my mind and was going to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard you've been there all from my sister. So I turned back around. I didn't do that. And then I seen him over and over my sister. She was telling me to leave her alone. I blacked out. The last thing I know is like I remember raising the gun, but I don't remember anything else after that. I don't even remember putting the bullet in the gun. There was no bullet in the gun. It was in my pocket.
So that you grabbed his gun though, right? Was it his gun or?
It was a buddy of my gun.
Oh, okay. I just remember it wasn't yours. And I can imagine, so you walked in and you see your sister in the process of being molested, and I would have blacked out too. I mean, that's, I wouldn't remember, I probably wouldn't remember much of what happened. And next thing you know, he's dead and your whole life just changed from there.
Yeah. And then when I checked on my sister, she was all right. She actually went back to sleep. And then as I left the house, I grabbed his checkbook. That was where I messed up again.
At the time, how old were you at the time, Chris?
I just turned 18.
Right. So for everybody just tuning in, you were sentenced to 1,800 years in prison. And I remember when your brother sent me the text about your case, we thought it was a mistake. We thought they meant months or days. We didn't know he actually meant years. And we were like, so how did the state of Virginia give someone 1,800 years? Why not just say life? Why say 1,800?
In Virginia, life sentence, they do say life, but when they give you your update sheet, it says 600 years. So they give you 600 years for every life sentence you have. So they gave me 3 consecutive life sentences. So on my update sheet, it gave me 600 years for each one.
Well, why is life 600 years? Nobody who lives to be 600.
I don't know. I thought that they sentenced me like I was a vampire or something.
Right. Because we, like in most states, it's about 45 or, something like that. But Virginia gave you 600 times 3.
And nobody's seen an issue with that. Like nobody's seen no problem with the circumstances that led you up to the decision. Nobody's seen a problem with them giving you that type of years.
Huh?
You can ask him.
He was saying when they sentenced you, did anybody have a problem with them giving you that type of sentence? Like, did you? I guess, are you asking, did he immediately try to appeal that or go?
Yeah, I tried to appeal it, but the same lawyer that was on my trial, he was the one that helped me appeal it.
And obviously got nowhere. So since then, like I was telling him, we always push for families to really get involved in the process, especially in situations like yours where they sentenced you wrong. First of all, if anything, we felt you should have got a manslaughter or a crime of passion because you didn't wake up that morning saying, I'm going to kill this man. It happened in the heat of the moment. Unfortunately, the time is just ridiculous. But I know your case went nationwide. I've told people about your story that called me from all over the country, and they've already heard about it. So your mom and your family members have really been pushing your story and making sure people know. Having Browl is doing everything they can to help get some awareness to your case and hopefully get you up out of there. And I talked to your mom a couple of weeks ago. She said, I guess you have an attorney now that took the case, right?
Yeah, she said she was going to look into it and see what she could do to help. So she's getting all the paperwork together, and then she's going to read through it and see what all she can find.
Okay, and she did, and that attorney did approve a GoFundMe. I don't know about Heart, so I'm going to keep sharing it on my page for those of who's follow me, and I'll tag you in it so your followers can see it as well. I've been posting it for the past couple of weeks. But for anybody that has, we're getting stimulus checks and tax refunds. I don't remember. Do you know about how much the total amount is that you need?
Not for sure.
I know when I last looked.
I think it was like 10,000. They said that.
Okay. And I think at the last time I checked, it was only like a couple of hundred, like $300 or $400. So his mother really needs help getting this because it's high because it most likely will have to go back to court. Usually when you don't have to go to court, attorneys aren't that high. But they need $10,000. I'm going to share the GoFundMe. And, as you guys are getting this extra money, if anybody can donate an extra 100, 200, 500, 1,000, whatever you can give, no amount. If we get a whole bunch of people putting in $50, we can knock that down for his family. But, I think that, we all need to try to put in and help them get this taken care of so that we can begin the fight to get them up out of there and get that sentence down to a reasonable time at least. How much time have you already done?
18.
So 18 years. We're trying to remember. I remember I said between 15 and 20. So
is 35 now, 36.
You 30? What are you, 35 or 36 now?
36,
36. He's still young, so he can get out and still live a good life. But yeah. But is there anything else you want to tell our listeners while we got you here before the phone?
I guess it's just like if anybody wants to try to write anything in support of me or anything like that, you got to write to Ralph Northam, the governor of Virginia, because like a lot of people are mistaken thinking it's a president can do anything. The president can't do anything for the state.
Right, exactly. So is that you just accepted my friend request, or whoever runs your page accepted my friend request? Is that on? Do you know if that information is on your personal page? I know it's in the free.
It's got Ralph Northam's email address. It's got the Secretary of the Commonwealth email address on there.
Okay, so I'll go through that and look for the information and share it as well as your GoFundMe. And I'll reshare the story just in case anybody's tuning in late. I see we just added some more viewers, but.
And is the information about the governor is on there as well?
Yeah, I'm going to share it so people can know who to write to.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely send an email, and I'll definitely try to send them some money for the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
They've parked in for 3 years now, and they take them to 6 years, I think they said, to answer it because they're so far behind in this state.
Right, and then COVID isn't making anything any better. But okay, well, I want to thank you for calling in. Like I said, I'll go back through your page and I'll look for all that information so our followers and listeners can write and help you out. And if you need anything else from me, I saw you have a JPay account. I saw it on one of the pages. So I'm going to reach out to you through JPay so you can connect with me as well. And we'll continue to work as a team to get your story out and fight to get you up out of there, okay? All right. All right.
Thanks for having me on.
No, thank you for calling in, and you have a good one, okay? All right, bye-bye.
Just listening to him, and it's just my opinion, because I know it's probably mind violence. You have to know what you're fighting against. But he just sounds so just unemotionally attached.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like versus the other guy who got out of jail, who tricked the psychiatrist, and you know what I mean? And that's why I said I'm gonna try to do something. I'm gonna definitely write the governor, and I'm gonna definitely try to put something. I know that it's not gonna do a whole lot. But if everybody could do a little bit of something, then it becomes a whole lot. But like he said, that the president can't do anything. When he said that the president can only give pardons to federal cases, damn it, man.
The governor has to give clemency to the state cases or commutations. Exactly.
Oh, they got this shit the way they want it then.
Yeah.
This ain't by coincidence. So the state has damn near more power than the feds.
I mean, on the
certain
state
cases,
case, if you're sentenced to a state crime, then you have to answer to the governor, and and if you do a federal crime, then the president. I mean, if you're trying to get clemency.
And it seems like you, and that's why I see why y'all say shit is easier with the federal cases.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
it's a national law. It's not, states. The nation can pass a law and the state can twist and do what they want with that law.
Okay.
They can say, well, we don't have to deal with that because here's our state version of that law and this is what we're going to go with.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we definitely want to be an advocate for this young guy, and to see that he's definitely younger than both of us. You know what I mean? He definitely still has a fighting chance, and
What you trying to say?
I mean, like, we remember when we used to be 35.
That wasn't that long ago, but still, it's wow.
Yeah, it's
a lot. 1,800 years, but it's his story. Like, you walk in on somebody getting molested, what are you gonna do?
Right.
You want, sibling. Like, I think about my children, and these kids, like these two are closer than these two. These two are close. I have 5 of them.
Right.
They have their own little connections with each other. So if this one saw the one that they're close to getting hurt, they're going to act on them emotions.
Right. And no matter who it is.
Right. I mean, they'll all protect each other. But my youngest, my daughter, my baby son, my second daughter, my oldest daughter, my baby son are like this. So she didn't even like me to spank him.
Okay.
So I can only imagine if she walked in on him being hurt.
Right, being violated.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough. And you say so you do keep in touch with his mom?
Yes, I do.
And his mom is where?
She's in Virginia.
Oh shit! I probably got the hell out of Virginia.
I mean, she's fighting for her son, though.
Oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah.
So she's fighting for her son, and she holds until COVID came. She was holding rallies, and she pushes hard. His whole family do. They push really hard for him, and the state has gotten. I mean, his case has gotten national attention. It's very high profile. It's just
And when you would think something like that has a pushing and a backing, you would think the governor would say, "Well, let me just take a look at this. Let me just take a look."
As well as I know, sometimes it'd be beyond the governor. The governor's the governor, but he ain't necessarily the most powerful person in the state. So sometimes there'll be other situations. Underlying situations, yeah.
And that's kind of unbelievable. And it's kind of spooky though. You know what I mean? And then he's not a man of color. I mean,
no, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, like,
but like we say all the time, this is not a race issue; it's a class issue.
Right.
And he came from a low-income family.
Okay.
So mom had these sets of kids and these sets of kids, and trying to raise them by herself and protect them. And sometimes as a parent, you think you're doing something to better your kid, and you put you guys in a worse situation. I've been there as a mother.
Right.
Thinking, none of my children have ever been molested, thank God. But I've been in a situation I took my kids into, and I ended up getting abused. Okay. So I can understand how you think, oh, this is better. We're going to be in this neighborhood, and then it gets up being a nightmare.
Right. So did he go through a jury trial? Okay, and you said with the jury trial, he didn't take a plea. He took a jury trial, and this is what he was sentenced to.
1,800 years.
And he was trying to appeal it.
And lost.
Yeah, that could be very demoralizing.
It is.
Yeah, so we're gonna definitely do what we can. So I know before I leave here today, I'm gonna definitely go to your page, and I am going to.
Well, I don't have it up yet, so I have to go find it. I'll tag
I'm gonna be the first. I'm gonna definitely sit here tonight before I leave, and I will definitely write the governor.
Yeah, me
and
too.
I will definitely put
Before I wind down for the night, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that.
Does he have? So a petition would even help him?
His petition has thousands of signatures, but I'll share his petition again today.
And what would the petition actually do?
The petition just shows how many people support it. It doesn't mean you're going to get out.
Okay.
It's just another avenue that says, hey, we got 1 million people over here. He doesn't have 1 million yet, but I'm just saying.
Right. But that's something we can also include when I write the government.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that you support this case. That like, for anybody wondering, like, you can say something like, what if that was you, Governor? What if you walked in on your daughter or your sister or whatever? You got to, your mom.
Right.
Sometimes you got to put yourself in that person's shoes and ask, what would you do?
Right.
And
we're not saying that he shouldn't have done some time. But what we're saying is, for the amount of time that you guys given him based upon these circumstances, that wasn't justice. No,
and if I had to blow somebody's brains out for molesting somebody, I would gladly do some time. Right. But not 1,800 years. Right. Maybe that first year I'll be cocky, but then after the years, I'm like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, come on now.
Wait a minute.
Right. This SOB was, I'm getting angry.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, because you're not having
this was a baby that he hurt.
Right.
And, he may be dead, but, what does molestation do to the victim?
It kills them.
It kills them. They may not be dead, but they're never going to be the same. They're not living to their full potential. They need therapy. They need all this. Right. So yes, he's physically dead, but she's mentally dead.
And scarred.
And scarred for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Yeah.
Well, that was really it for today. Like I said, my last person never confirmed. And they were supposed to call in at 5:30. They didn't call. So. That's our show for today. Yeah, sorry it was such a slow show, but
this give you a little time to get some extra things done. But we've always informed if it's always entertaining. We had Chad call in and gave us some great information. And we was able to speak to Mr. Bennett to give you guys some information. And once the meeting get up, I'm gonna definitely share. I'm gonna do my part. And that's what I'm working on now. As long as I'm being blessed, we got to be able to try to bless somebody else.
Exactly.
Not the big things, because we can't all do the big things, but we can all come together to do the small things and make a big impact.
Facts. And I've got several cases that need attorneys. Like I said, I don't ever ask anybody to send money to me because I want you to know that the money is going to the person. Right. So let's send it directly to their family. Right. So I've been posting a couple of cash apps for Maurice Navarro Brooks' wife and for another guy's mother, Miss Ruby. They need $4,000, and I'm posting their cash apps. I'll continue to post them. Send them something, towards it, a couple of dollars here and there, whatever you can afford. I'm not saying you have to give a big amount. If you send $5 to them, that's fine. We are in the process of getting our 501c3, and once we do that, then we can get sponsors and donations and help a larger scale of people. But for now, I just want people to trust us and know that I'm not here to take advantage of a situation. Right. So let's just give it right to the person that needs it and eliminate us. Right.
And everybody that's listening, just say if you have 5,000 friends, if you ask each friend for $1, that's $5,000.
I have 5,000. So if everybody give them $1,
right. And if everybody else on their page asks all of their friends,
you
know what I mean. So
right. So that's why I say you don't have to go broke trying to do $10. Some people have sent $10, $20. That's fine. It's all gonna add up in the end.
That's true. And once again, I appreciate you for spending as much time, not only just listening to the cases, but reviewing cases, trying to find flaws in cases. We're having to deal. Well, I don't want to use the word deal because it's not a bad thing, but having to just endure the empathy of parents and fathers and sons, and then have to still post financial links to try to support them. So you all around, you're everywhere. You're the defender, you're the center, the forward, you're the point guard, you're the coach.
Everywhere.
You know what I mean?
I am. And it's not, I don't like to say it's an honor because it's not. I hate that something like this needs to be done. But if I'm helping, if I'm bringing any comfort to the family, and if I'm helping in any kind of way the person get a lighter sentence or get out, I'm glad to be a part of that. I have jobs, so I don't need nobody to pay me to do this. Right. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a paralegal. Sometimes they'll say, I'll shoot you some money for what?
Right.
What are you paying me to do? You know,
Yeah, that's true.
but you know, nobody pays me. I just, you know, I stop them from their head and I send them somebody else's cash app
Right.
and say, but since you want to help, he needs a lawyer. Shoot him whatever you're gonna give me.
And that's good. That way,
Yeah.
the liability falls on you.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, so that's about it. But like I said, our organization is growing. We got a lot of big events coming, and you know, eventually, probably before the year is out, we'll be able to help on a larger scale. Definitely, not even eventually, but definitely, we'll be able to help on a larger scale. But just be patient with us because we are growing, and once we do that, then we can, you know, do things differently and help better.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm gonna see if we can and I, you know, even end out of the award show, it's gonna be a lot of people there. You know, maybe we can even, you know, put up something for donations just for the fair organization, and that money can be split out to some of the people. Because when you speak, I want you to actually speak on some of the things that you have been able to accomplish through the help of the people. Because you do what you do, but it's the people that's ultimately driving this machine.
Right.
And you know, who knows? But as long as, and then it's another platform for people to be able to hear the work that you're putting out in the radio station to try to help allocate some of these injustices.
Exactly. So that's about where we are with this. And I'll be, you know, didn't know I was going, but you gave me a job to do, so I guess I have to.
Oh yeah.
I was just like, you know.
You thought you were gonna weasel about it out?
Well, I didn't think I was needed. I thought it was for artists. I'm not an artist.
No, it's for the radio station. We're for the people.
Right, but I thought the award show was for the artists.
It is, but it's also some of the presenters are for the radio personalities.
Oh.
It's also a branding thing.
Got you.
So most of the people that will be presenting awards, they are radio personalities, which even though you're a freedom fighter or you're still a personality as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And people definitely want to see. I need to have some eye candy in the building.
Well, I don't know where you're going to get them from.
Please. I need some eye candy. I don't know why you keep saying that. I need some nice eye candy.
I'm an old lady here.
Hey,
around these parts.
Hey, the older the better. Get better with fine wine. Get better time.
All right, y'all. So I guess that concludes our show for this week. Sorry it was slow. You know, we had a couple of people supposed to call in and they didn't, but
everything is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the weekend. I'm going to get on up out of here myself. I got a few things that I have to do. So I'm kind of glad it was kind of short today because I got to work tomorrow. I got to work Sunday. Got to work Monday. So
me too.
all I can do is just keep moving with the flow. You know
yes.
What I mean? So well, you guys have a great weekend. As I always say, put them guns down and keep your mask up.
And make sure that they play fair with you, not just on Fridays, but every single day of the week. Have a good one, y'all.
All right, y'all be good.
Yeah. Well,